Here with this year's Super Modified champion, Otto Sitterly. That makes 10, which increases the record by another win of a championship. Otto, talk us through tonight and what led to the championship.
Well, I mean, we knew we had to pretty much just start the feature. Really, if we got through qualifying all right, we time trailed pretty good. The car will lay down a lap, but when it comes to the feature or to the heat race, I don't know. Seems like the track gets slick, and then when you put fuel on them, and you got to really tighten them up. It gets to be feature time, and things really start changing and slipping and sliding. But once I pretty much started the feature, I sort of had it in my head that I knew we had it clinched, and then when I knew we had it clinched, I sort of just tried to apply. And then the second half of the race, I found a little something for me, and the thing started rolling a little bit. A couple more cautions would have been nice. It would have been cool to get up to the front too. I could see I was reeling them in, but just I mean, one yellow in 50 laps, and it seems like it's been that way all seasons, either one yellow or none. And it's really tough to come from 12 to the front. No complaints by any means. We've been good every week. One week we had an issue with a part failure. Other than that, the car's been pretty much spot on, even though really it's a handful to drive any of them. Between the track and the tires and then the aero package, the cars are so equal. It's a pretty tough deal. It's challenging for sure.
This whole year, a lot of people have been saying that you've been, to kind of win, you got to start up front. So has that been one thing that you've kind of been experiencing as well?
Well, I mean, all season, if you're not in the front row or two, and I think it's only been done maybe one time from the third row. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it seems like you got to be in the front row preferably, and you might get fortunate enough to come from the second row. But I mean, numerous times we've been able to be fortunate enough to come from 10, 12, 13 and get right into the top three. So I mean, the car's there, but it's amazing. Everybody in this pit area here thinks that maybe we do have the best car, but it's still amazing how hard you have to drive it and how much you're really battling the race, battling the track, battling every bit of it. It's just that maybe your battle pays off a little bit more than the rest, I guess.
So what's the difference now between like the old tail wing section that we had back in the day versus this, to make it, because it seemed like there was a lot more races where you could start a little deeper with that old tail section.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing would be speed. Tonight I think they said we ran a 16.6 with about 15 laps to go, and that's extremely fast for little downforce. But I think the spec wing, where it's located, how high, how far back, all that, I think all of it plays a part. The cars are evolving. Everybody's getting a little bit better with that thing, but I really don't see how things are going to get better as far as somebody coming from the back of the pack to the front. With this package, I just don't see it.
I would say, any suggestions or ideas of maybe
none that nobody wants to hear.
Above your pay grade, or?
I have no pay, so. But I probably have my ideas, but they mean nothing in the big picture.
I was at that drivers meeting 2 weeks ago. You guys were talking about
yeah.
I think it was 2, because I missed the Glen, but you guys were talking about the side arrow, and maybe you guys talked about it again this week, of just what's going on with that, of everybody's kind of not happy with some of the little
the
flares you guys have on the car.
I think that we built this car according to the rules, and we called the Speedway and asked the tech crew and said, this is what we're going to do, what are we allowed, and then and now we see some things. We're not changing our car. Johnny tried to convince me, and another guy from Ohio contacted me and said, you need to do this or you need to do that. And we built our car to the specifications, and it doesn't matter if we run 10th. We're not going to change from what we built because those are the rules. So I see a bunch of panels that are being done, but I really don't care. So I'm a believer in what we did is what's right, and I'm not going to change it, just especially on the fly. You know, Johnny wanted to just bolt some panel on there, and it just doesn't work that way. I'm not going to just go change the car. It's been good all season. So, you know, it's to the rules. There's nothing, it's black and white. There's nothing gray about it.
I wouldn't say, and it seemed like when I was sitting in, a lot of you guys were like, it doesn't, like, you guys kind of were like laissez-faire about it, just like, like whatever. Hate to say whatever, but
Yeah, well, it's all, yeah, like you said, it's side force and it's little tabs, but there's a couple of really big panels in the back, and I think it's big side force, and if you really read the rules, it's not really supposed to be. So I don't know, but ours is to the rules, every aspect of it. And we finally built the car. I don't know of any other cars, maybe one, now two for the one group there, and then ours. And I think those were the only cars that were built to this rule package.
you think they're gonna maybe tweak the rules again next year?
God knows.
Well, congrats on getting another championship. Who would you like to thank for, you know, supporting you this year?
Well, I just got to thank all the crew. Mostly it's the crew. You know, Johnny spends a lot of money. Johnny gives us anything that we think that we need. So I mean, there's no, you know, we're not like, never do we look and go, oh, we don't have the money for this or that. But you know, there's so many people out there that go, oh, must be nice. Well, they forget when I hauled up here with an open hauler of my own and put my blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, or previously you running dirt.
Running dirt. Yeah, but I came here as an absolute nobody, and I feel as though I've earned what I have over there, and then some, tenfold. So, you know, whatever. There's all guys that work, and there's one guy, he's putting a wing in the trailer right now. He drives 2 hours every week to come to my garage each week. He doesn't need that. He's got a career. And there's a whole bunch of them that work really hard. So I have to thank those people as who I have to thank.
I want to say it takes a small army, it seems like, to be this competitive at this style of racing.
Yeah. And I mean, we try to all be professional, you know. I mean, we've had our little grudges over the years, and yeah, it's amazing over the years how many of these people I actually enjoy and consider friends. And then there's a small few that
They tell you you're number one with a certain finger. Fair enough.
Or vice versa.
Well, congrats again on the championship, and good luck at Classic. What are we doing after Classic? We doing Evans Mills?
I don't really know. We ran really good there last year, but I'm not sure. We'll get through Classic, and I'm not really sure. I really don't know what we're gonna do. You know, we missed Lee last night, so the ISMA thing might wind down pretty soon. I told Johnny he could, you know, sell that car off. So I really don't know what we're gonna do. Totally, at this point, just one race deal, one race at a time. And one day it's just gonna be over, and probably not much said.
Fair enough. I was gonna see if you were gonna be going back to Vegas to defend the title, but
I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't think so. I don't think we're gonna do Caraway. So the whole Evans Mills thing, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, fair enough. Well, good luck at Classic then.
Appreciate it.